saved the world so much in terms of music, science, arts, even politics. We had Congressman Kennedy for years, and he was bipolar. He had bipolar disorder. So we know that bipolar disorder can leave people completely functional. And I want you to know that even more serious mental illness than bipolar disorder is schizophrenia. And even they do very well if they're given their regular medication.
Right.
They
with the right treatment. Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. As a matter of fact, a man named Dr. Nash won the Nobel Prize in mathematics, and he had schizophrenia. So I'm certainly not somebody you have to explain that mental illness does not mean you're unintelligent, because my brother had a photographic memory, and he was capable of doing almost anything with electronics, and he never got any formal training on that. So if anything, I think that mentally ill people have an overload of intelligence. And
I feel the same way. I agree with you. I agree. That it's almost like an overload to where people see odd behavior. They can't explain it, so they dismiss it with the word crazy, which is, a good word to dismiss things.
There's a book called There's a book called First Rate Madness, ladies, that you should read about the people in the history of America with mental illness that have changed the world. First Rate Madness. You'll like it.
What's the name of what's that you said?
It's called First Rate Madness, and it's a book that was done by a professor about the history of, mental illness, people with mental illness that have changed the world, world leaders, people in history, Gandhi even. So.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to share that she's going to join you in conference with our fight for parole in Florida.
Yeah, I would love to come on out to Florida. Hopefully my book raises the money to get me there, to stand by your side and get people paroled that deserve to be out of that prison system. I mean, this is ridiculous. Do you have old law, new law in Florida like we do, where the old law doesn't match the new?
Right. Parole terminated in Florida in 1983.
Okay. I mean, we're picketing on Christmas. We picketed our parole board here in Ohio. I mean, the old law inmates are sitting in there doing years and years for people who are now only doing 7 years. So we're very much about that. My In the Name of Justice organization is. I'll go anywhere you need me.
How many people did they release in 2014, do you know?
In Ohio? I believe it was 14.
Yeah.
I believe we had 14 released.
Well, I had 24.
Pitiful. I met with the parole board recently. They basically told me life means life. We want to get rid of our parole board. We feel they're government waste. We would like the unit managers and the case managers to make the decisions on who is ready to come home and who is not, because they know these lifers. I lived in a lifer, long-time offender, a cottage. You'll read in my book. I dedicate my book to the long-time lifer offenders, and they need to come home.
Yeah.
There's 100.
I think the name of your book? No, sorry. What's the name of it?
It's From Privilege to Prison. From Privilege to Prison. My name is Amy Wickes, and I'm the CEO of In the Name of Justice organization. But you can find it online and see what I do, my work advocacy for returning citizens and people behind the bars. I go back, we speak at the prisons. We do a lot of work. We do work for the children of the incarcerated parent. And so it's intense day and night work. I work for God. I make no money. I'm not a slave to money. I'm working for God like you guys.
Oh, man. That's very nice. Yeah.
Yeah. And I always say it's already written in that God wins. So these people better worry about their eternal life sentence, these judges, these prosecutors, these defense attorneys.
We're catching up with them already because, and I don't know if you know this, but in Texas, a parole commissioner
went to a prison and falsified the records and said that she interviewed 4 inmates and they were denied parole. We still have some honest correctional officers which testified that she did not interview the 4 parole men. And so right now she's in the process of being sentenced.
Good.
I didn't know that. That's just how we're October the 3rd, 2014.
I want to hear about that letter about the kid who's on the hunger strike.
Yes. Yeah, can you share that, Adam? Yes. He's actually an inmate from another state, Oregon. He was, I guess, an overflow, and so they sent him here to Florida, to Rainford, Florida. He's in Florida State in Rainford. And the mail actually came as I'm on the phone, so I'm kind of looking at the letter. And